Yeah, that's me, Mechee from the Midwest, pulling up in the 2022 Cherry Grand Cherokee. This ain't just a driveway, it's the front door to a conversation. Welcome to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast.
Football fans, if you haven't got the news yet, we have two major trades that just went down today, with this being the first of the month. Big trades, blockbuster trades. A.J. Brown has finally got up out of Philadelphia. He is headed to the New England Patriots. Myles Garrett is headed to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Verse and a first-round pick. This one, I think everybody expected the A.J. Brown trade because he's been wanting to get out of Philly after he felt like it's been a decline of getting the ball to him. He's been overthrown. He's not held up his part on dropping catches and stuff like that. I feel like once they went and got Saquon Barkley, it came more of a run-first offense for the Eagles, and this was kind of frustrated A.J. Brown because I don't think any wide receiver, once they get to a point where they feel like they're a big part of the team, I feel like they're not there to block. They want the ball. Most receivers want to catch. They could probably tell you, I don't like to block with people. I want to catch the ball, run in there and get the touchdown. That's what I want to do for the most part. And he's finally got his wish. He's headed to play with the Patriots, and his new quarterback will be Drake May. He has a little help over there because Romeo Doubs came over from the Green Bay Packers. Butte, he was okay last year, but this is a major upgrade for the wide receiver room for the New England Patriots. I do believe that the Patriots, they had an easy schedule last year, but they played good on both sides. They beat the team they were supposed to. I don't think they're going to go 15-2 again this year, but I do believe they'll be a contender. One of the top teams. I could see them being up there with the the Patriots. The Broncos will be back in there with Bo Nixon. He got him a wide receiver now with Jalen Waddle, another receiver. And I think those two might be the favorite over in the AFC. I don't really see any other teams that stand out that much, but adding A.J. Brown makes a huge difference. Now, with A.J. out the way, the Eagles have to find out who's their number one receiver. Will it be the rookie Lemon, I think, that came from USC or something like that, I want to say, USC or LSU. And then you have Devontae Smith. You went on and got Hollywood Brown. That's a lot of speed out there, but can Jalen Hurts get them the ball? We'll see when it comes to that. But right now, this is a big trade for A.J. Brown to the Patriots. The Patriots also picked up a couple other pieces. Who else did the Patriots pick up? So they had a nice offseason this year. They picked up Romeo Doubs. They picked up Vera Tucker, the guard that came over from the Buccaneers. They picked up Jermont Jones that helps on the pass rush side, and Kevin Byard, one of the best safeties in the game. Even though he's 31 years old, he still plays at an elite level. He's coming over from the Bears, so I like what the Patriots doing over there. I spoke to a couple Philly fans, and a couple of them saying that AJ's a big diva and he's washed and he won't mean much. But I can guarantee you, get midway through the season, you'll see who's missed in that offense that Philadelphia had. This will be a brand new fresh breath of fresh air for them because now Hurts doesn't have to get confrontational with somebody considers a friend. He can play with the dudes that's just there to play football. Like I said, A.J. Brown, he's most of the top 10 receivers at the time. Once they get the feeling themselves, they're like, dog, I want the damn ball. And if it causes me to get traded, I've already came here and helped y'all win a Super Bowl, and we played in another one. Get me up out of here. So I think this works out for both of them. This will help Hurts with his contract year coming up very soon. Is he the quarterback for the Eagles, or will that wide receiver room get the clicking now that A.J. Brown is out the way and they don't have somebody that's, I guess, complaining to them about getting the ball? We'll see how that goes. I think this works out for both teams, but the Patriots, if it comes to the Patriots and the Eagles, I think the Patriots got a lot better. I'm not too sure on the Eagles. The Eagles defense, they did pick up a couple pieces. The defense got better, but as far as offensive goes right now, I think that the Patriots will have the better offensive team when it comes down to it. I'm not sure if they play or not, but hopefully the Patriots and the Eagles play this year. I think that'll be a great matchup to see. The other trade that we had was Myles Garrett being traded to the Los Angeles Rams. I did not see this coming. I know at first they was trying to trade him earlier in the year last year, He broke the sack record. I'm like, okay, well, with him breaking the sack record and him showing he wants to be with the Browns, as he's said for the last 7 years, the last 7 seasons, I guess it's like, you know what? You 31 years old, you getting up there in age. He doesn't look like he's slowed down. He's been healthy. I don't think he's missed more than 1 or 2 games, possibly over the last 2 or 3 seasons, unless like the season was over when he just took some games off. But this is a healthy guy, and not only a healthy 31-year-old man. This the greatest. Well, I won't say the greatest, the best defensive player in the league. You could say T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett is number one. Micah Parsons, landslide. Myles Garrett is the number one defender in the NFL, and that's a fact. It's been like that for the last couple of years. Nobody can contain this man. You put him on the Rams with the defense they're already putting together. This makes them an even bigger contender. They were already the number one to win a Super Bowl this year, is what they're saying. I think this puts them over the edge. The pieces they picked up Trent McDuffie, they picked up Jalen Watson, they drafted Ty Simpson. So a couple people were saying, "Oh man, so why would you trade for Myles Garrett when he's 31? Now they got all these old people." Well, really, they only got a couple old people, but when you look at it, Matt Stafford just won the MVP. He's 38 years old this year. He's not showing no sign of slowing down. He probably got maybe 2-3 seasons left in him, because if Tom Brady could play that way, Matt Stafford still got an arm, and his arm is better than Tom Brady when he was 38. Go back and look at the tape. You will see that Matt Stafford's arm has been way better and hasn't declined at all, if a little bit. So I think that the Rams are in a great position because they're not giving up a first this year. No, they're giving up a first next year, right? So the Browns will be able to draft something to go along with Jared Verse. If they need to draft another receiver or more defense, they can do that. But as right now, the Rams have all the pieces they need. If you watched football last year, you will notice the main reason why they lost was because the defense was trash, and it was on the back end. The safeties was okay, but those cornerbacks was getting cooked all year. Every time it got to a huge game, they failed. The playoffs and the NFC Championship against the Seahawks, it failed. The run defense slowed down, failed. Now you have Myles Garrett. Nobody's going to run when they see Myles Garrett out on that field. You got McDuffie and you picked up Watson to throw along with the other secondary they already had. This only makes the Rams better. So I don't see how somebody can say that the Rams are not their favorite to win the Super Bowl when it's clear as day. I know you have to play the games. Nobody's had injuries on the team besides Devontae Adams. He's up there in age. Devontae Adams, Matt Stafford, Myles Garrett are like the main three. They're over 30, but they're still balling at a high level. And I believe that will be the team that will be in the Super Bowl, if not win it. I think they should be able to win it, depending on who they match up against in the AFC. But man, two great trades. I can't wait for the season to kick off because there's been a lot of crazy moves made already. I'm looking forward to see what my Titans do this year. I'm not going to say that we're going to go out there and win the division, but I do believe we can win 7 or 8 games. And if we split with the Jags and the Colts, because they both swept us last year, we split with the Texans, I believe that we can switch that around and go like 10-7. That's very possible to me, though. But this is not about the Tennessee Titans. This is about the teams that just made a big splash. New England Patriots, Los Angeles Rams. Let's see if the Eagles can operate without A.J. Brown. Let's see if the Rams look dominant as they are and what they look like in the past. But when you add Myles Garrett and McDuffie, I think it's going to be a major problem. And as far as A.J. Brown, I think he's going to be thirsty. He knows that when Mike Vrabel being the quarterback, when they was both in Tennessee, he will be the number one guy. Drake May will have so many plays designed to get that ball to him. So I think it's going to be great. In other news, as far as with the NFL go, we've seen Odell Beckham end up signing back with the Giants. That came out of left field. I wasn't expecting that. So he probably got one more year in him to play with the Giants, where he was drafted from. Juju Smith-Schuster will be joining the Giants as well. I think they were saying Nabers is going to end up needing another surgery, a couple of surgeries, so he's not always healthy. They're just stacking up the wide receiver room because Dart's going to have to get the ball to him somehow, get somebody the ball out there. And the other thing was Russell Wilson has taken the job for CBS analyst. I think it's perfect time. If you're going to retire, go ahead and retire. Go be a sports analyst, NFL analyst. He's very knowledgeable of the game, so I look forward to seeing that. But congratulations to those teams that just got those big pieces. Let's see if they can match up and make it both to the Super Bowl. I think it's very possible for the Patriots to get back and for the Rams to make it to the Super Bowl. But we'll see how it plays out. That's all I got for y'all, man. Again, that was NFL breaking news. Make sure you catch the Mechee from the Midwest podcast every week. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. That's all I got for y'all, man. I just want to get here and break news with y'all. Y'all know NFL my favorite sport. So we'll tap back in as we get more news. Thank y'all.